A Kyle and Error raid. Hello. Welcome. I'm amazed that the time schedules would work out in order for this to happen. But thank you so much. It's good to see you. And welcome, y'all. This raid is not an error. It's a great raid message. Scud Puddle, welcome. Hope y'all had a good time. Let's just shout out here. Hollow Knight. I hope your Hollow Knight has been going well. Zork is going great. We won. This actually isn't our current game. I went back and did some experimenting. It turns out that in this version of Zork for Classic Macintosh, if you hit 999 moves and then take one more turn, it will reset to 0. We actually finished the game with full points and only 45 moves, which is pretty funny. We're actually going to... why did I type no? We're actually going to do some world builder now, but also I have enabled a brand new channel point reward if anyone doesn't want me to do world builder and has 512 points to spare for it. Ultimately, we will still do world builder, so it's not like you'll be stopping me from doing anything I want to do or anything like that. Also, the reward is fun. I wouldn't have picked it otherwise. Hold on a sec. Let me just do something real quick here. Someday, I'll be able to better automate all the things from my stream. Oh, I gotta update my, this is another thing I need to automate. Oh geez, World Builder part, what part are we on? I'll just type 5 question marks. Software, game development. Let's see, text parser is still accurate. I'm going to leave the Hello Sailor tag on. We'll just leave all these tags. That's fine. Maybe we'll put Hello Sailor in our game. I don't think I did that already. Oh, Unsecret Crush has redeemed Mac Break. Dealer's Choice. Are you sure you don't want to choose? I think you should choose. I mean, I'll pick one if you really want me to. I don't have a ton of games currently. I'll also open my games folder here, but I think those are the best ones to do in a short little 15-minute period here. Toxic Ravine is a weird shareware game that I remember playing as a kid. Pipe Dream, I think in some regions is called Pipe Mania. It's LucasArts, Lucasfilm Games game that is pretty enjoyable, and of course Lode Runner. We played some Lode Runner before and I enjoyed it, and I don't remember where we left off, so I think next time we play Lode Runner I'll keep track of what level I got up to, and then every time I'll play Lode Runner in the future, we'll eventually try to get all the way through Lode Runner. They'll probably take like 20 years or something, but we'll see how we do. So yeah, those are the best ones to choose from. Most of the other ones on here we've either checked out before or are like longer narrative games. Let's see, Toxic Ravine. Okay. I can't remember if this has sound. The full title is Orlando Poon's Toxic Ravine Cleanup and Rescue Service. Let's check the About menu. If you keep this program, send $5 to Glenn R. Witchman in Claremont, California. Okay, I will do that. There is a significant amount of... Yeah, here we go. There's like backstory. Oh no. Oh, I have to... Okay. I guess I had to double click it. Okay. It's important to know the backstory, so let's read this. Once upon a time, there was a genetic engineering lab near Livermore, California. This lab was not blessed with a sense of social responsibility, and this led to unwise disposal procedures, which in turn led to the filling of several nearby ravines with the detritus of several unsuccessful experiments in genetics. One year, the lab was commissioned by the government to develop a genetically engineered super soldier who would be ruthless and totally obedient. Assigned to this task was a young assistant geneticist named Orlando Poon Sr., who was eager and helpful, though a tad accident-prone and occasionally more than a little confused. Orlando was in charge of replicating the ruthlessness gene, but due to a mild case of dyslexia, his first few thousand attempts resulted in a gene which came to be known as PANG, Politeness and Niceness Gene. Soon, along with the more mundane genetic garbage, the ravines near the lab became littered with sealed plastic boxes containing extremely polite clones, totally unsuited for world domination. Orlando Poon, meanwhile, had been accidentally infected by a gene very similar to Pang, which resulted in the development of a conscience. He realized that he could not continue working on the super soldier clone, and he resigned his position. In one of life's little ironies, his replacement succeeded the very next day in developing the super soldier gene, and the cloning of these soldiers began in earnest, so Mr. Poon was, in a way, directly responsible for the success of the project. The project got out of hand about a week and a half later when the super soldier clones took over the lab, the company, and the next day the state of California. Within 2 months, they ruled the world. Then a disagreement arose between two of the super soldier clone leaders, and within another 2 months, the super soldiers had wiped each other out completely, taking much of the rest of the world with them. Quite a backstory. Also, I guess we'll start my timer, but if I end up spending a lot of time reading, we'll go more than 15 minutes. In the Great Clone War, this is the story continues, and then we get into instructions, but we'll probably skip most of those. In the Great Clone War, most of the technological advancements of the 20th and 21st centuries were wiped out. Slowly, the survivors of the war began to rediscover and rebuild some of these inventions. There was a child, 7 years of age, when the Clone Wars hit, named Orlando Poon Jr. His father had been killed in the war, but before he died, had laid a burden on his son's shoulders: clean up the toxic ravines. This was no easy task, but Orlando Poon Jr. had his father's conscience and knew that he must somehow achieve this. He set about reinventing engines, balloons, robots, and bombs to achieve his aim. The toxic ravines were quite a mess. No human could safely enter the ravines because of the various gases and radiation. They were dangerous as well because of various creatures that inhabited them, all the misfortunate stepchildren of failed genetic research. Mixed in with all the toxic waste, there were also nondescript capsules which contained the Pang clones, and Orlando Poon Jr. was determined that these nice little people should be rescued. He soon discovered that more Pang clones had escaped from their capsules and were hidden in caves in the bases of the ravines. They could not leave the caves because of the toxins, and they had sealed the entrances to protect themselves from the denizens of the toxic ravines. These two Orlando vowed to save. Orlando built blimps and hired blimp pilots to drop cleanup bombs on the toxins and send remote control rescue robots down for the Pang clones. These pilots soon discovered another danger of the ravine: the toxic wraiths. Oh, yikes. These wraiths grew from the very worst of the toxins, those vile substances that had seeped into the ground beneath the ravine. Any cleanup bomb that accidentally hit the ravine floor would release dozens of these wraiths, who would come up and decay the fabric of the blimps. Ooh, so only the most skills of pilots could be hired. Okay. So I've also been given kind of some of the basic gameplay elements here. American problem solving. Let's make sure that we don't have Toxic Ravine as a category on Twitch. I might need to fix that in the future. It's not there. I'll just leave it on software for now. It's fine. I don't want to spend all of this time reading, but we'll read this one. I think this will give us the full setup minus the controls. You have just been hired as one of Orlando Poon Jr.'s faithful blimp pilots. If you don't know what this means, then you skipped the first 2 sections. It is now your duty to clean up the Toxic Ravine, rescuing Pang clones as you go. You're armed with a blimp, an unlimited supply of dumb bombs, a limited supply of smart bombs, and a trusty robot. You must clean up the ravine without allowing the toxins to damage your ship beyond repair. The nature of the various types of toxic waste in the ravine is unknown. You will have to discover how the various toxins react to cleanup bombs. What we will teach you is how to control your blimp and your various weapons, and also how to deal with rescuing the remaining Pang clones once the ravine has been cleaned up. Okay, I guess we didn't actually learn anything from that, but that's fine. I feel like we got enough to get started here. I'm gonna reset my timer now. Okay, so here's our basic setup. Also, I was going to switch over to my chiptune Stream Beats playlist. It's slightly more upbeat, which I think is better for this. Wraiths. We've had enough of wraiths. Oh no. Also, I got a special new treat to try. So previously, I had tried a Q Mixer ginger beer. Which came in a little 4-pack and had a different can design than this. It was all right. It was good, but you know, this brand is primarily designed as mixers to make a cocktail with or whatever. And it seemed like that particular ginger beer had been created with that in mind, more so than being something like great for drinking on its own. It's not like it was bad. It's just nothing amazing. But then I saw this and I was like, ooh, spicy and robust, you say? Premium. So I figured I'd give it a shot. This also comes in an 8-pack. And I mean, it's still Q mixers, premium mixers. Like, obviously, you know, you can use it as a mixer. But it seems like it has a little more of the vibe of something that's meant to be great on its own. So that's my ginger beer for the evening. I wish I had the other stuff. I wish I still had a can of the other stuff because I'm really curious how it compares side by side. It's more similar than I expected. Shambling Undead, hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. I'm just trying a ginger beer here, and we're also playing a game called Toxic Ravine, which is a weird Mac shareware game I remember from childhood, very vaguely. Let's see what you were up to. Shadowgate 64, nice. A while back, I played the original Shadowgate for MARCHintosh. And that was a lot of fun. I have played that and Uninvited, which are both part of the MacVenture series, which all have like the same type of gameplay but very different stories. But I hope y'all had a great stream, and thank you so much for coming by. Alan Unpronounceable, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome. Banananos, Dissonance, and of course Shambling Undead, welcome. Been interested in Uninvited because I love puzzle games and I love horror games. You should definitely check it out then. I checked out, for Shadowgate and Uninvited, I tried both the original Mac games because that's very much up my alley and I always wanted to see those versions, and I also tried the it's actually a port of the Nintendo versions that's available on Steam. It's called 8-Bit... Is it 8-Bit Horror Anthology? Let me see if I can grab the link here. I'm pretty sure it's on zojoy.com. But yeah, I'm sure you could find that if you're interested in it, but I just thought I'd share it. And I'm also very curious about the Beyond Shadowgate Kickstarter. Hopefully that's coming along well. What did the Poon button do? That's the Poon menu. That's just the application menu where you can do your basic stop game, pause game. The full title of this is Orlando Poon Jr.'s Toxic Ravine. I don't know why the character is named that. Ellen Unpronounceable says, you did, but it's my real last name that can't be pronounced. I figured it must be something like that. All right, let's see what we can do in this game. We're currently doing a little segment. For a while now, I've had a segment called DOS Break where someone can redeem some channel points and I'll play a DOS game from a list for 15 minutes. But I decided I should finally add Mac Break, so we're doing that for the first time here. I do not remember anything about this game. Oh, and of course the controls aren't in the menu, so I'll just have to use the buttons. That's fine. So we have robots, which we use to rescue guys. We have smart bombs. Okay, here's our dumb bombs. Okay. I don't know what those little guys are. Oh no, is that a wraith? It looks bad. Oh, there's a... I think that's a guy we want to rescue. This is a very weird game, honestly. Okay. But it does have some great aspects to it. Okay, so now let's launch our robot and rescue this little guy. I think that's how we do it. There we go. Here's our robot. Grab? Yeah, we got him. Oh, I just noticed our toxin level is going up here. Thank you for the follow. Great to have you here.
Thanks.
Okay, we got him. Nice. Also, those some very good little sound clips. Shambling Undead says, me too. One of my mods was telling me about the other Shadowgate games, and I'm probably going to play at least the original and the one that has yet to come out that has the Beyond title with the old Mac NES style graphics. Yeah.
Thanks.
Excellent. Yes, that is Cedric. All my alerts are based on Sierra games. A lot of them are like death screens, but in some cases, like the Cedric one, it's just Cedric talking to you. Okay, let's try a smart bomb. Can we take this thing out with a smart bomb? We can. Okay, great. Oh, and our toxin level went down. Excellent. Okay, but we only have... I love these little icons for the smart bombs. We only have, I don't know, 8 left? So we start with 9. All right, let's do some more bombing. Let's see. I think there's... Oh, okay. S is for smart bomb. Oh, we can speed up. That's interesting. Oh, I wonder if we're controlling stuff is done with the number pad that I don't have. Let's see if I can blow up one of these things. I don't know what these are, but they seem like enemies. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, thank you. Needed that emote. Nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, we have speed down here. Okay. That's way too fast. Okay, let's see if we can find the key for a dumb bomb. That would be very helpful. Surprisingly, it's not D or B. Maybe it's like... Oh, spacebar is turn around. Oh, there's the robot. So that was 5. Interesting. I probably should have just read the rest of the instructions. Okay, there we got it. 0. Now we can just bomb everything really fast. This is way more fun. Oh, we don't want to hit the bottom, though. If we hit the bottom of the ravine, more wraiths will appear. So we got to be careful. Is that a little hole there? This is the weirdest game. I guess we need a smart bomb to take out this guy. We can't kill those with regular bombs. It's the theme song of OK Games Podcast. Thank you for saying that because I always forget. It always reminds me of Silver and Retro, but I'm like, wait, which thing specifically was this for? For some reason, I never think of the podcast. I don't know why. It has been a while since I listened to it. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, so there's a wraith. What are these other things? Oh, well, that wasn't even that hard to avoid. Oh, here's another guy. Rescuing the little guys is definitely the highlight here. Grab. Get up. Okay. Let's launch another smart bomb to take this thing out because it's coming for me. Oh no, can I not? Oh, I can't go back up. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna try to take out this one that's lower down here. Oh shoot. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. Okay. Is that just gonna be there this whole time now? That's so rude. I think Crush, I hope you don't regret your use of points. Oh, there's another guy. Grab. I think we might try to get through a whole level at least. I might need to steal some sound clips from this game. This is great. Okay, good. Oh. Oh no, 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 no. Oh crap. Okay. I think like I can't go anywhere now. These balloons are a pain in the butt too. Let's see what happens when I hit one of these things. Okay. Oh, it didn't even do that much damage. Okay. I'm worrying too much. Oh, okay. A couple hits takes those out. Oh, and we can knock these guys down. That's interesting. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. This is getting scary. I just realized when I've been dropping these bombs really fast, I hope I didn't kill any guys. Any friendly guys. That one turned gray. Can I eventually kill these if I hit them enough? Oh crap. Okay, our damage is still not that bad. I think we'll be okay. Oh, there's another guy. I'm just gonna take those guys out with my blimp. Oh, now our damage is really bad. Uh-oh. I should not have done that. Oh crap. We got a lot of wraiths coming out here. Dangerous situation. I can't believe the mess this kid's dad made. And then demanded he clean up. Oh, I can bomb the wraiths. Okay. For some reason, I was getting the idea from the instructions we read that you couldn't just bomb the wraiths. I don't know why. His dad made this mess and then said, "Clean it, child." I mean, pretty much. There was a very lengthy backstory, but his dad was like a geneticist that did some things and then later developed a conscience after making a bunch of terrible mistakes. And then a bunch of like genetic super soldiers destroyed the Earth, and now everything's a mess, and there's these toxic ravines everywhere. Oh, we died. Okay, I was like, what happened? The damage meter broke out of its box. It's funny that we just get back to the title screen and we don't even get a game over. Just realized the premise of this game is oddly similar to Katamari Damacy. It is a little bit, I suppose. Just say you're paying homage to the sound clips in this game. Sure. I'm obsessed with the sound and graphics art choice in this. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Retire? I never figured out what that is. But we're just gonna quit, I think. Let's retire. Let's see what happens. No, I'm scared of that. Let's just quit. Okay. Thank you, Unseeker Crush, for redeeming the very first Mac break. I hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to many more Mac breaks in the future. We only have a few games to choose from right now, but I will be digging up more in the future. So, now we are going to do something extremely different, which is work on our world builder game. And hopefully I can remember what we were doing in this. So for anyone unfamiliar, I have been working on a game in World Builder, which was a program created in originally 1984 by William C. Appleton, who used it to make a game called Enchanted Scepters, which was basically the first English language point-and-click adventure game. And also one of the first point-and-click adventure games in general. There are a couple of Japanese ones that also popped up around the same time. But it's not an amazing game, but it's unique and interesting. And 2 years later, in '86, this tool he used to create the game was released so other people could make games in it. And I played with it a lot as a kid, so I thought it'd be fun to go back and try to make something with it now. I never really did that much with it beyond like the tutorial game that the manual walks you through and just general messing around. So this is far more advanced than anything I ever accomplished before. But I think to start with, I'm gonna look at what I was doing here for one of the screens in the game. Hint says, "Please teach me, how do you decide which tabs to leave open and which to close?" That's a great question. I close them when I'm done with them, which could be that like if it's an article that I've read, I will close it. Or if I've decided that it's just not something I care to read, actually, I might close it. We are talking about browser tabs, by the way. We had a long discussion about this previously. Sometimes sometimes if I run out of tabs that I'm allowed to open in my browser, I will simply be forced to close a few things that I think probably aren't that interesting. Let's see, if it's like, sometimes I'll file things away, like, you know, make a bookmark instead of leaving a tab open. If I decide it's, you know, maybe something I want to look at later, but it's not important right now. Often tabs I leave open are like things I need to take action on in some way, like could be like a work thing I'm working on, or could be something I want to buy or whatever. So, you know, if I've taken the appropriate action, then I no longer need the tab to remind me. I hope that answers your question. Robot's friend, your post got censored, sadly. The Star Sartar tab needs to be open. Others are optional. I'm very curious what got removed by the very rude Twitch auto mod. 7,000 tabs. Fortunately, not quite that many. Okay, so this screen here is a screen that comes up pretty late in the game that allows you to send a reply to an email message. And I can't decide if I'm happy with it. I might need to put it in the game and see how it looks in context. These quotes are placeholders. I was gonna do some homework and figure out what this text was gonna say before we came back to this, but I did not have time to do any of my world builder homework, unfortunately. Hinton says, do you close as you go or do closing sessions? I definitely do not close as I go. I mean, that's kind of part of the problem is I just open things that might be of interest or definitely are of interest at times. And they wait until a later time when I'm ready to deal with them. Occasionally I will, you know, immediately do something with a tab and then close it immediately. That does happen. But there's just too many potentially interesting things out there, and they all end up in my tabs. I think I'll go ahead and just copy this whole thing. Oh, we got to do this in Super Paint because of complicated technology reasons. We're just going to drop the whole thing in there as a placeholder for now, just so I can look at it in context and see how I feel about the design of the screen. Robot's friend says, oh, I love the concept of only being able to reply to emails with little sweetie choices. Yes. It's terrible, but also I love it. But since the device doesn't have a keyboard, that's what you had to do. It was a design choice they made, and ultimately led to the little sweetie's downfall. But I think it was the right choice. I'm trying to... There's like so many things I haven't thought about in too long here. I think what I want to do is get... Actually, let's make a copy of this. I don't think I want to copy Little Sweetie herself, because she's already in there. I could be making a mistake here, but I think this is right. And then I want to get as close as I can to the... Oh, right. If I do this, that should work out. Oh, 6-7 said, I do have to head to bed, but I'm sure you and Sweetie will figure it out. Thank you. And thank you for hanging out, 6-7. I hope you sleep well. Yes, we will save that. Oh, Robot's friend said that's because it was a link to this page that we're all on right here. It's funny that Twitch even blocks links to Twitch. Like, I kind of get that, but also it's silly. I wish there was a little bit more control over link stuff. Like, I don't want some rando coming in here and pasting some link to like malware or something, and then somebody accidentally clicks on it. But like, if I could let regulars post links or something like that, I would absolutely be fine with that. Like, I trust all of y'all. It's just I don't necessarily trust some random person that, you know, has never been here, may not be following, etc. Okay, world builder. Yeah, definitely easier to just block all links than allow some. But like, you know, it's normal to want to post a clip of the stream you're watching, right? Like, people do that all the time. And like, I would allow clips of, like, I'd be fine with clips of any stream probably. Like, even if somebody decides to be spammy with it, like, at least I know it's not, you know, it's something on Twitch. So it's not going to be unsafe or something like that. But yeah, it's a very simple option. I just wish they had a more advanced option is all. That's okay. It says I would post some pretty bad links. Don't risk it. Okay. I will keep this in mind. I can't remember if we already made... Oh, we've got things on very fast here. I also don't remember how we labeled our screens. So many things to think about. Okay, so PDA and then... I think S, or they all start with PDA screen. Okay, yeah. They all start with PDA S for PDA screen, which I think was important for reasons. And then they have a very short name after that because of we want to keep the code as short as possible. Okay. So we'll call this PDA S space R1, R for reply. Hopefully that's not something we've used already. Wait, what? Why was that? Oh, I clicked name. I meant create. Okay. Okay. PDAS R1. Paste that in. Okay. And then we need to figure out where this is going to go exactly. This will probably all happen within the email screen. Okay. So things get layered on top of here. This gets covered up. I bet what I just did when I copied this was wrong. Let's look at how I did the other email screens. Elf1. That's email list something. Oh, maybe F is for 4 because that's when you have 4 emails. I bet that's it. Yeah. Okay, and then email content. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we need. We need the whole screen, including the border. Okay. That's fine. And then ultimately we'll have a different screen for each selection, and then you'll cycle through them. I don't need to save that. You'll cycle through them the same way you cycle. Oh. All right. This is different because we have the email. I'm just thinking if I want to reconsider how I've done this. There's a lot of weird little technical considerations to think about here. Gosh, it occurred to me, I wonder if the little sweetie interface is not going to work well on very early Macs. It would make me a little sad to know that someone with the very first Mac models would not be able to play our game, but I guess in the end there's not so much we can do about it if it comes to that. Definitely agree about the Twitch link thing. It's so sensitive that if someone even accidentally doesn't put a space after a period, it deletes their message. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the worst thing, is it's very easy to post something that Twitch is like, oh, that's a link, I gotta delete it. So these screens are a little bit different because they appear, we have this title at the top. I suppose I could change this and move this graphic into the other objects. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. I hope I don't, in the process of doing this, like realize, oh right, that's why I did it that way. That seems like absolutely a thing that could happen here. But I'm going to take this and paste it into each of these. I think I did this just to just so I wouldn't have to duplicate this graphic 4 times, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's a pretty small graphic. And that way we don't have to have this text on our other screens. And like, oh right, we have to do it 3 more times. It's fine. Okay. But then these other screens, like this doesn't need to be this whole thing, and Lil Sweetie doesn't have to be here anymore. Because that'll be on top of this, and she's already there. So I feel like overall this is probably better. I will want to test this immediately before I do any other work, because this could have some sort of unintended side effect that I'm not really thinking through. Let's see. Okay, those screens are on a different screen entirely. Okay, and then I have to go back to our scrapbook. But I think this is actually almost how we want it. So paste this in here to line it up, which is going to be a little tricky. I love everything about the Little Sweetie, but I think the best is just being this excited about email as a concept. Yeah. I might have to find something else to help me line this up properly. I mean, it looks fine, but it'll bug me if I realize later that something's a little bit off. I think if we found our Wi-Fi symbol, we can use that. double check. So it's going to have PDAS. This sounds promising. Wi-Fi. There we go. Okay. Oh, we almost had it. There we go. Just one pixel down. Okay. So again, this isn't final, but we should be able to add the code for this and get it all set up and then test it out. Before I do that though, I want to test that the changes I just made don't screw anything up, because if we did, like, I can't just undo that. Like, we're gonna have to like restore from a backup, so I don't want to make any other changes. I guess I could just paste things in the opposite direction, but still, I'd rather just do this now. As a not very online high schooler in the 2000s, email was about this exciting. I was pretty online for, I think, the average person at that time. Like, I think I first started using email and making web pages in like, I want to say 95, but maybe 94 even. No, actually, when did, Now I'm trying to remember when my band's first album was released, because I think it was probably that same year. I'm trying to remember where I have one of those. Not here, apparently. When did you code your first email client? That's a great question. I don't know when that was. That would have been later, probably around 2000-ish. Maybe late 90s. My best guess would be 99 or 2000. Probably 99 is slightly more likely, I suppose. Yeah. I did write a web-based email client at one point. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I just do things to to do them, I guess. My best friend says, I literally started dating someone over email in high school. Someone I knew that was just the only way we talked. That's great. That's very cool. When did you have your own email? Did you have your own email? Did your family share an email that was in your dad's name? That's how internet worked in my house when we first got it. Okay, so in my family, my brother was the first one to get email through college at U of M. Oh, so that's actually useful. So when I first started using email, I used my brother's email address. I can't remember when I got my own email address. He was, honestly, my brother was always far nicer to me than he needed to be. And I don't know that I ever appreciated it as much as I should have. He's a pretty good brother. Secret Crush says, I emailed boys sometimes on an email that was dad's name at local ISP. Someone says, my first email was my own because my first email address was through Juno, which was an ad-supported free dial-up provider. I really want to compare this ginger beer to the other stuff because it doesn't seem that different to me. Like, I'm trying to remember, and all I can come up with is just like maybe it's like a little bit spicier. Vanilla Ice kicking in the door. I need you to give me the email now. Is this a reference I do not understand? Or is this just a weird joke? Which if you knew how to use Windows dial-up connection and the username format for Juno, you could just connect with their app and have no ads. Oh, that's funny. That's great. Have you tried Reed's ginger beer? I think that's one that's on my list. I wanted to mention earlier, like, folks have mentioned a variety of ginger beers, and I have been trying to find them. But yeah, that's on my list. The ones on my list are Reed, Ginger People, Maine Root, and Rochester. I've not found them anywhere. There are a couple others I've come across that I've never tried that seem like they might be interesting, but I haven't yet felt compelled to try them. It's mostly a reference to your haircut from that one time. Okay. I thought that might be it. Alright, what were we doing? We're trying the game. Okay, let's cheat. So we don't have to play through the whole game. Did something... Oh, was it my headphones? Or did the music... Did the music change for all of you? My audio mixer is like not moving anymore, which is weird. I can still hear the music, but it suddenly got quiet and there was like a little audio pop. No music? Oh no. What music? Have y'all not... The music is super quiet. Okay, so it is still there. Okay. I don't understand what happened. I think something is weird with I finally updated this computer to the latest Mac OS version, and I do a little bit regret it. I had specific reasons for it, and it was an important reason, but something weird is happening with the software I use for audio loopback, and like I couldn't find any information about it. I feel like it's something specific to OBS. Yeah, I paused the music. The music is not there at all now. That's expected. Like I can turn it up, but something is not right, and I'm worried it's going to suddenly become loud again. So I'm just going to pause the music for now. The weird thing is, like, it seemed like it happened when I launched the game, which makes no sense. Always safe to blame OBS. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Are we going to die from music explosion? No, it's safe. I paused the music. So if things start to be normal again, we won't even notice. I'm still not sure how I feel about that. So that first sound is our point sound, which I don't know. Maybe I don't like the point sound is the problem. I spent so much time creating that. It's not terrible. But I'm just not sure it's what I want. But then the mashup of the point sound and then the little sweetie startup sound is... I spent a lot of time thinking about it, but ultimately decided that when you get points, you should always hear the point sound. It's complicated. Okay. So this looks fine. And then we can go to... Okay. That's correct. Well, Sweetie's bummed out now. We can go back. Okay. So let's close this. And then get on the Wi-Fi. Connect. Great. And then now we can... Oh, that was... Oh. See? I knew there was a reason. And it was because of transitions. So we want to cover up the whole screen. Otherwise, we'll get a weird transition like that. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but, you know, we have an easy way to avoid that, so we might as well. Okay, that's fine, though. Now the question is, how do we go back to what we had? Do I have a backup that is definitely January 21st? I feel like I've worked on it more recently than then. We'll just undo the changes I made. It's fine. It won't take that long, I think. Oh God, it's 1:20 already? I was about to joke that we'll probably accomplish nothing this stream, but I guess it seems certain now. Oh well. At least we're remembering how to make this game. Also, I will probably be doing a bonus stream on Sunday, though that is not 100% certain yet. But that will be a World Builder stream if it happens. Thank you for the little sweetie, Culinary. We did get to see Orlando Poon's Toxic Ravine, it's true. It was all worthwhile. Okay, so we're going to copy both of these objects. It is kind of a bummer that we have to duplicate them all, but not in here. That screen's fine. Oh, right, we need to... Let's start with this. We'll take the email out of here and add it back to here. Maybe I want to put the reply screen on a different... in a different room. I might have to spend some time thinking about that. But that might be worth it just to simplify some things. How is Unseeker Crush even awake right now? We've both gotten in the habit of staying up kind of late. Definitely, she hasn't been quite as bad as me, but okay. And then these are the screens we need to add things back to. Drugs possible. Yeah, I suppose it could be because of your medication. That is a possibility. Okay, and then we need to send it back, Command Y. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is how we had things before. Okay. Is that it? I think so. That wasn't so bad. I think that's fine as it is. Okay. And then we can paste this same stuff into our screen here. Great. And then, like I was saying, we'll need 4 different versions of this. I'm still not sure. Well, let's code this up so we can kind of see it in the full context. Oh, this we don't actually want to be here. Can I fix that right now? Or, I can't remember how we do the Wi-Fi signal on some of these screens. I think it's always there. I think it gets overlaid on top. Oh, do I need to? Crap. I think I need to reorder all my objects so the Wi-Fi signal is last in the list. Because otherwise it won't be on top, but it should be. I gotta make a note about that. Told my doctor just today I thought my sleep issues were behavioral, choosing not to go to bed at a reasonable time rather than medication related though. Okay, making notes. Apparently this is part 33. Wi-Fi objects need to be last in list. 2 exclamation points. Okay. PSA, oh, 2. That should be an S. I typoed somehow. No, PDA. Wow, I super typoed it. Not even remotely correct. Okay. So now let's write the code to make this happen. So the context for this screen is you've unlocked the final email message, like certain actions in the game result in a new email coming in. So at this point, you can read that message and I'm not really worrying about having the full like buttons on the screen just because of space requirements. But basically, if you click OK on this last email, instead of going back to the list, it takes you to this reply screen. So you will have an option to reply to it with one of 3 canned little sweetie responses that I have not yet figured out. I should make a note about that too. Okay, so this is going to take me a bit to figure out where in the code this needs to happen. Also, this is one of our more complicated scenes, so it does take a while to open. I can only speed it up if I remember before I open it, sadly. And if I just leave everything on fast, then like scrolling, for example, is way too fast. So I promise I'm doing my best. Okay. So gosh. Oh, God. This is where I took too long of a break from this. It was a mistake. I do not remember what this does. At least I have enough notes that I could figure it out. Let's see. What's S8 number sign? I have a list of variables on my computer all in one place for exactly this reason, so I can figure out things quickly. Oh, okay. So this is the objects that start with S and then a number, PDA, S1, S2, etc. Those are all our little sweetie SAS screens. So there's a dedicated button on this email device to have the mascot character sass you a little. And if you press this button, it brings up a random object. It's just a little word balloon that says something. And then if that's on the screen, then any action will make it go away. So that's what this does. It just checks if it's on the screen, and then instead of figuring out which object is on the screen, it just makes sure they're all off the screen, just because it's a lot less code to do it that way. Okay. And then this is the code that makes the SAS appear. And now we have code for pressing the OK button. This is getting into what we're looking for. Oh boy, this is going to be complicated. Robot's friend says, you, a wraith in the afterlife, have one chance to reply to the final email from your loved ones with XOXO, tilde, B, ugh, or C, woot. When did woot become a thing? I feel like our we decided this device was released around 99 or 2000. I feel like that's maybe slightly too early for woot, but I could be wrong. 2002 or 2003. Yeah, that's what I would have thought, culinary. Okay, so EL, okay, email list and then email list full or for. So there are two different states of the email list. The ELF ones are when the fourth email has appeared. So these are checking if those are present when you press OK, then it takes you to the content. But we want when you're on the content. Oh, okay. This is all. Okay. So here's if email content is in the scene, email content 1. So we want EC4. I don't know if I ever fully got it out, but like this language does not support comments at all. So that's why this is such a mess, and I have no idea what any of this stuff is because it's been too long and I had no way to remind myself what any of this does. Also, like even being able to put things in functions, you know, if you can create a function, then you can name the function something that clarifies its purpose, right? But we can't do that either. So it's like kind of a nightmare when things get complicated like this. But in fairness, we're doing things that this is not really intended for. Funk, yes. Time is fake, indeed. Robot's friend says, I know it was around by late 2000s, but culture traveled slowly to my 28.8K modem in the woods. Got it. So if you're on EC4 and you press OK, then it's going to move the, it's going to take you back to the list, basically. But we want to change that. We want to take you to reply 1. And then we want to move EC4 to storage. And then we'll have to add a bunch more code to handle up and down. Okay. That's enough to, you know, see how it flows from one screen to the next, and also just kind of test the interactivity on that screen and help me figure out if it's worth splitting this up into a different scene. I think ultimately it's probably better if I don't. Just because there's a bunch of stuff in here that will need to be duplicated. No comments, no functions, and your variables are single letters and numbers. True wilderness here. Yeah, it's rough. I forgot to speed it up again. Remember when we had music? That was nice. Is it louder now? It sounds louder to me. It sounds normal to me now. Okay. That's so weird. I think this computer is a little cursed now in the audio area, which is a bummer. The good news is that audio capture has improved a lot in macOS, and I don't have to use loopback anymore, but it does some useful things that I like a lot, and I decided that I wanted to continue using it. So now I'm going to have to think about whether I want to try. I mean, first of all, I don't even know if not using loopback would solve the problem. All I know is the first time we had some audio weirdness since I updated this computer, it was solved by removing loopback from the equation. Hinton says, I hope Jake is happy because these pineapple chunks are ding-dang huge. Are you enjoying a pineapple pizza? That sounds great. Silver says, yeah, if I upgrade to Windows 11, I won't have much use for voice meter anymore, but I prefer it just for being able to set limiters, compressors, etc. So, like, the nice thing for me that loopback does is, first of all, I can combine, the big one is that I can capture audio from apps that aren't necessarily on screen. Which OBS doesn't do yet. You know, if I need to, I can, you know, just capture a window and, you know, have it off screen so it's not visible. But it's a little bit messy ultimately. And it's also probably doing more work than I care to have it doing. So it's probably not quite as efficient. But that's just a guess. And then it can combine multiple apps into a single audio stream, so I can just have a single channel in OBS for various things that I, you know, sometimes capture. And then the thing that I can't do at all without it is to mute audio, which is really nice. For example, like DOSBreak. If I have DOSBox open in the background for DOSBreak, and I'm doing something in, you know, my Mac emulator here, then I can have DOSBox running. It could be playing sound, and like loopback can mute that audio unless I'm on that scene that has my DOS screen on it, which is really nice. So that way I don't have to fuss with, you know, quitting the game when I'm done playing with it and stuff like that. So it gives me a lot of control that I don't have directly in OBS. Yeah, all the audio capture stuff is very different on Mac OS. As far as being able to capture audio that you're not capturing the video for, I think that's just a limitation of what is currently available in OBS for Mac. I think they could do that if you know, if someone spent the time on it, which
Hello.
I hope they will add eventually. Hello, MD Fury. Thank you for the follow. It's great to have you here. Also, hello, Salt Ranger. Good to see you. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, the audio didn't goof up when I opened the game this time. That's good, I guess. I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Let's go east. Application audio capture is real nice for OBS and Windows. Yeah, like until the past couple Mac OS versions, Mac OS was not really capable of doing application audio capture without additional software. Like you would need some sort of plugin in the system in order to be able to do that. But now it's built into Mac OS, so OBS can use that without any additional software. So they've just only pretty recently, you know, added support for that, and it's still relatively new. Doing fine. Good to hear. Okay, let's see how this all looks. Hopefully everything is back to normal now. Oops. I double clicked. I think I need to, I think I want to redo the point sound. Ooh, I got a new toy recently that I still haven't opened up. I should really do that. Maybe I'll open that Sunday on stream, if I do stream on Sunday. That could be useful for creating sounds. Okay. Oh, right. In order to get to this screen we're looking at, it's a little bit complicated. So we need to look at all three emails. And then, oh, there it goes. I accidentally shut down, which is funny. Okay, because now when we try to look at the fourth email that just popped up, it shuts down. And then we have to fix it. So let's close. What if instead of what you think it is, it's just a box full of spiders? I mean, that is a concern, which is why I usually don't wait so long to open a package. But I just... I haven't had a time when I really wanted to play with my new toy. And I wanted to wait for a time when I would enjoy the experience as much as possible. Hinton says, I've streamed for Mac, Windows, and Linux, and my conclusion is audio stuff is a butt. I agree with this conclusion wholeheartedly. And also full-buttedly. Let's pick up a battery. Which battery? A fresh battery. This is all here thanks to cheating, otherwise we'd have to do a bunch more steps. Also hard typing the right words. Very true. Oh no. Huh. Is this a bug, or is this because I cheated and something weird happened? Open palm, slam the battery into the compartment. Excellent, Culinary. When I click on the battery, it's saying since the battery seems to be working, you decide it's best to leave it installed. It's not working, though. Right? I don't understand what happened here. I didn't swap the battery. The little sweetie suddenly turned off while you were using it, almost like it ran out of power or something. You removed the used battery. I don't know what happened there. Open palm, slam the battery. God, I'm so bad at typing into the compartment. I will say I do type much better on the keyboard I normally use. I do sometimes utterly fail at typing on any keyboard, but I'm generally much better on my usual keyboard. Okay, you definitely slam the fresh battery into the compartment using the palm of your hand. It's a very cool and smooth move, and you wish anyone was here to witness it. Great. Okay. Final email. Serious story stuff, and then we read it and click OK, and then we get to send a reply. Oh, right. The Wi-Fi symbol is there, but it's wrong. Okay. Because our overlaying isn't working right. Okay. That's not bad. And I kind of don't know what else to do with it. What happens if we... Yeah, I don't think we can get out of this screen. All right, I was going to see what happens. Oh, our SAS is all underneath. Oh. Oh, this is going to be a huge pain. So, the ordering of objects is super important in World Builder. It basically, the order of items in our list of objects determines how they are layered on the screen in the game. And unfortunately, there's no way to reorder that list, which is absolutely cursed. The only way we can reorder it is to cut and paste items one at a time. Now, if you're thinking, well, it's tedious, but not that bad, let me also tell you that when you paste something into the list after cutting it, the name of the item resets to untitled. Let me also tell you that the name of the item is super important because that's how you refer to those objects in code. And if you mistype anything, something will break and you might not even notice it until you're playing the game and something unexpected happens. So it's all very exciting and time-consuming to deal with. But we'll do it. It's not the first time we've had to do it. I won't do it right now because we'll want to leave that for last until we're done with this screen. I should have taken care of this screen much sooner. Oh well. But this is the final screen of our little sweetie interface, and I think to me it feels like an important part of the game. Remember that exact command. You did. I did. I programmed it to be reasonably flexible with the input, but I think what you typed is exactly what we discussed when we put that in there. My memory only works for video game things. I definitely have similar memory. All right. On Secret Crush, are you still playing video games? Should I wrap up? I'm trying to decide if I should do a little bit more before I wrap up, or just call it a night right now. I don't even know what else we would do right now, I guess. So maybe I should just call it a night. I will go ahead and create some additional objects, because we know we're going to need 4 of these. We should both stop messing with video games, probably. I suppose you're right. PDASR2. PDASR3. PDASR4. Nope. No. Oh, wow, I did it again. PDAS. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then I'm just going to do this to kind of remind me. What these are. This will be ultimately created all in MacPaint, but these will show the 4 different selection states on this screen, and then you'll be able to say no thanks. And then I'll have to write a bunch of code to select those. And then we'll get back to our final screen, the bus entrance. Right, we added that in, but we didn't draw anything at all. Okay. Much to do, and yet we're so close. Turn off your video game. Okay. I'm also turning off my video game. In fact, I've shut down the computer. You may now turn off your Macintosh safely. Thank you all for Zorking with me. I enjoyed playing that a lot. Also, Toxic Ravine was an experience. And we accomplished a tiny amount of world builder. So much we did today. Again, I will probably be streaming on Sunday. That'll be an afternoon stream, so earlier than usual. At like 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll try to remember to put it on robotspacer.tv and my Twitch schedule. But sometimes for those spur-of-the-moment streams, I forget to do that. But the rest of next week will be as usual. Well, I shouldn't say that because we finished Zork. On Tuesday, we will play more Mo PD Island as usual for the rest of time. On Friday, I think we are probably going to get back to World Builder until I have wrapped up the game. Unless I feel a sudden urge to do something differently. We talked about playing one of the Zork books I got. I said one of, which I guess I didn't ever mention on stream. But I bought this one, which I shared on stream. I do have a couple more Zork books I have gotten since then. eBay's dangerous. Stay off of eBay. Don't go there. fun and scary place. I haven't decided if we'll just play this one or what. It is the fourth one, but if we enjoy it, then what do? We go back to the first one? I guess that's not that big a deal. But it's a pretty short book, and I figure it'd be fun to read through it and let chat decide which page I turn to. It's basically as like a choose your own adventure style, or I'm sorry, a what do I do now book. Don't want to infringe on anyone's trademarks. Who are we gonna raid? But yeah, I'm not sure exactly when that will happen, but I do want to do that at some point. But first, I think we'll get back into World Builder for a little bit. All right, I'm just checking out who's streaming here. I think. Oh, what is this? Got a lot of choices. You know what? We did just raid her recently, but the game I'm most interested in right now is Ghoulbabe's playing Tex Murphy, the Pandora Directive again. So let's just head over there again. Always a good time over there. Sounds really fun. Great. I'm glad to hear it. I'm excited for that too. I will let you all know in advance before that happens. Thank you again for hanging out. Have some raid messages if you like, but you know, no pressure. Hope you all have a good weekend. Please take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around.